Welcome to your daily dose of enlightenment. You've landed on Knowledge Planet where curiosity thrives, and the enigmatic is revealed. Daily we delve into a variety of topics to amaze you. Consider us more than just a channel, we're a growing community, a family of knowledge seekers. We're inviting you to join our growing family. Subscribe, become part of our community, share your thoughts, interact with us. A like or even dislike all count. Stay tuned, stay curious, and together we'll continue to explore the vast expanse of Knowledge Planet. See this intricate constellation of sites and connections? This is the web we use every day, and it might sound absurd, but it represents only 5–10% of the entire web. In fact, 90–95% of the web is the deep web. Don't confuse it with the dark web, which is a part of the deep web inaccessible to many. Welcome back to Knowledge Planet. By popular demand, today I'll tell you what the dark web is, why it exists, and whether it's dangerous for us. For those who have never heard of it, the dark web is practically a portion of the web not accessible using conventional methods. Many describe the dark web as a virtual place without censorship, without controls, where you can find anything and everything, even buy organs, weapons, fake passports. In short, it's a highly unadvisable and dangerous place to venture into. And if I told you it was created by the US government, it might sound a bit conspiratorial. But I'll tell you about that at the end of the video. To understand what the dark web is, we must first understand what the web is. It might seem trivial, but it's not. Let's start by saying that the web is not the internet. Internet is a tool that connects one point to another. These points are websites interconnected thanks to the internet, creating the ecosystem we call the web. As we know, search engines need access to the entire list of existing websites worldwide to help us find what we're looking for. So, if we search for Knowledge Planet, the search engine will look in its list and take us directly to our website, youtube.com, because our channel has been indexed by the search engine. Now, on to the incredible part that few know about. These billions of sites indexed by search engines are part of what's called the surface web or the surface web. The rest is the deep web. Get it? Yes, every day we navigate a small part, 5–10% of the entire web. It's absurd but true. Many illustrate the deep web using an iceberg. Okay, the part above water is the surface web, and the rest is the deep web. Let's say the iceberg gives an idea of the proportions but not the shape of the deep web. The web, therefore the deep web, is more like a galaxy whose elements are connected to each other thanks to the internet. Concretely, the deep web is a collection of digital places with protected access. Concretely, this is the deep web, a protected resource, and our email inbox. Yes, our email inbox is in the deep web, as are all the data of a bank's clients, company, or public institution databases. Our data when we register on a site, all on the web but protected behind controlled access. In other words, a password. Okay, clear? So the deep web is all there is? No. The dark web also includes a dark net, a system of resources and connections virtually detached from the rest of the web. In other words, to enter the dark web, you don't use regular search engines. The peculiarity is that a dark net is almost completely anonymous, meaning untraceable. And it's precisely this property of the dark web, its anonymity, that has made it so popular. In fact, whatever happens on the dark web remains almost entirely uncontrolled. Unlike the regular network we use every day, where there are regulations, security protocols, the dark web is a lawless land, where practically anything can happen. As you can imagine, the absence of controls and tracking has been fertile ground for the proliferation of illicit activities. In 2011, the world's largest black market was born on the dark web, the Silk Road. It was like a huge e-commerce platform, but without controls, where you could buy and sell anything and everything, including weapons, drugs, fake passports. This Silk Road was discovered, dismantled, and its founder sentenced to 2 life terms just 2 years after its founding in 2013. But in those 2 years, guys, the search generated a monstrous amount of money, about $200 million in revenue, a truly staggering figure. At this point, some of you might be wondering, but how can it be anonymous? Our regular web browsing, why is that anonymous? But when we go to a site, what happens? I'll simplify it brutally. We go from point A to point B. Instead, to access the dark web, we use other browsers like Tor, for example. How does this browser work to make our browsing untraceable? Before taking us to our final destination, we go through points B, C, D, E, and finally arrive at point F, which is our final destination. Each step is a bounce or an encrypted layer that practically erases our traces if someone were trying to spy on our browsing. The dark web is not just an illicit market. Thanks to the anonymity guaranteed by the structure of its networks, It's a place where activists, investigative journalists, and people living under censorship regimes can exchange information, leak news, or communicate with the rest of the world without the risk of being censored or even imprisoned. And now, as I mentioned at the beginning, the dark web system was created by the American government. Yes, in 1998, amidst the exponential growth of the internet, the US government needed a secure, anonymous, and secret network to transit intelligence without the risk of being intercepted. So, in 1998, the Tor network was born, which stands for Onion Router, the darknet known as Tor. It's still the most used one to access the dark web. In 2006, it was made public, and in the same year, the Tor Project Inc., a non-profit organization based in the United States, was born. Well, in light of all this, you might ask, is the dark web dangerous for us? Not directly, actually. But if our data were stolen, it's likely they would be sold on the dark web. Unfortunately, the only thing we can do is browse carefully and avoid sites with low security protocols, not to avoid going to the dark web, but to avoid getting our data and documents stolen. Someone might ask, but wait, how can I know if someone steals my data and these data or documents end up on the dark web? Well, there's a company that has developed a system to alert us in case our data are exposed on the dark web. This company is NordVPN, which not only protects our browsing but with its dark web monitor function, alerts us if there's any illicit exposure of our data. How does it work? Essentially, it constantly analyzes dark websites and alerts us if our credentials are in danger. So, practically, it notifies us so we can take action. Of course, without this functionality, we'd likely never know. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. We'll see you in the next video, right here on Knowledge Planet, the power of knowledge. Don't forget to watch the previous episodes and stay tuned for the upcoming ones. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now. When you subscribe, you're not just joining a channel, you're joining a family. A family that grows with every click, every share, every comment. So don't be a stranger. Dive into the conversation, add your voice to the mix, agree, disagree, all perspectives are welcome here, and remember, sharing is caring. Pass along our videos to friends who could use a laugh, a moment of insight, or just a break from the everyday. Oh, and one more thing, that little bell icon, it's your ticket to never missing a beat. Click it, and you'll be the first to know when fresh content hits the airwaves. So, subscribe, comment, share, like, or even dislike, and ring that bell. Here's to growing our family one video at a time. Goodbye.